Welcome back to the channel. My name is Steven. I'm a pharmacist. I own 52 units of real estate and I help coach people to buy their first multifamily deal. So today I want to talk about the poor mindset that I still have to this day, if I'm being honest, despite building a $6 million plus net worth, despite owning 52 units of real estate, despite having a real estate portfolio that cash flows $10,000 a month, and despite working a full-time W-2 that pays me over $200,000. So, obviously from an outsider looking in, and if I were to look at myself externally from a third party, I would say, why would this person think that he has a poor mindset? Like, he has everything that I want. He has everything that I dream for. And this is beyond what most people's FIRE number is. If you watch, Bigger Pockets Money, if you watch any kind of like financial freedom YouTube channels or podcasts, most people's goals is around maybe $2 to $3 million. Yes, they live in a cheaper area. For me, I've already doubled that, but I live in a more expensive area, so I think it's reasonable. But as I started thinking, and I don't know why it just hit me, even though it's so obvious lately, I just said, what happens if I stop thinking that I'm poor? And then I just said, because I thought about it, I'm like, okay, for me, can I pay off my house? And the answer is yes. I could literally pay off my house right now and not pay $5,500 a month mortgage. And how do I do that? I have to sell one of my properties, take the money, and then pay off this house. And now I am like living in a primary residence, free and clear, and I just have to pay $2,000 a month. There you go. I not many people can do that. I could do that. Despite that, I still think I'm poor. So that's why I said it's really, wealth is really mindset. And what happened was, and what I realized was, because I came from a place of lack, in that sense of lack, I started off with $250,000 student debt. I grew up, middle class. I grew up wanting more. I grew up proving more. My parents grew up very, pinching money because, they were immigrants from Vietnam. And, my dad was always at risk getting laid off in the aerospace industry. So, they came from a place of lack and scarcity. So, of course, I kind of adopted those values. And these values helped me build my net worth, helped me buy real estate, helped me obtain more wealth than I thought I would at this age of 35 years old. But at the same time, I still kind of I still have this mentality of being poor, of being in lack, despite achieving everything I just listed. So I just said, well, what was if I start to think that, hey, you know what, Steven, I can't afford this. I just choose not to buy this right now, right? Like I afford this, but I choose not to buy it right now. So it's a conscious decision, and that's basically what being frugal is, right? Like, I go to the gym, I see somebody driving a Lambo Urus SUV. I looked it up. It's about $250K. And if I wanted to, if I sold some stocks or some real estate, I could afford to buy that Lambo Urus SUV. If I want to lease it, it's $4,000 a month. I cash flow $10,000 a month. My real estate can pay for that Lambo Urus. But I don't want the car, at least right now. Because for me, I want to be, financially free, not work. So, it's weird. Like, I was just like, okay. And then I Googled my net worth, or had ChatGPT look up my net worth based on my age. And I'm already in, I think, the top, 1% already for my age bracket. And I was like, So that means that 99% of the people that I meet that are my age, only 1% is going to be richer than me. And that kind of hit me hard, right? That kind of hit me hard. And I was just like, wow, I'm in the 1%, but I feel like I'm poor. So it's literally all mindset, right? It's literally all mindset. And I still have this poor mindset because this is what helped me build wealth, but it's not going to help me to my next level or enjoy wealth, right? So I've kind of been spending the last year, kind of just rewiring my mindset to go from a place of poor and lack to abundance and rich mindset. And it just kind of hit me hard. I'm like, wow, for me, I could basically do whatever I want. But it's just a matter, do I want to do it or do I not want to do it? Before, I used to think, no, I can't do it because I can't afford it. That's my default mindset. That's my autopilot thinking. That's the way my brain is wired from all my life. But now I just think, you know what? I can afford it, but do I want to do it? It's a subtle different thing, right? Like for me, I could clearly afford to fly business class now. It's going to be like triple, 4 times the cost. But in my mind, I'm like, well, if I'm spending 4 times the cost to travel, I'd rather just travel 4 times. So I'm choosing not to be in business class, right? But maybe I'll get to the point where I do enjoy business class. But right now, I don't mind, right? I'd rather travel more versus do like one like luxury flight. So it's more about like pivoting to like I'm consciously spending, and I'm being very cognizant of where my money goes to, because if I'm allocating money here, I cannot allocate money to invest. So it's weird. Like I always just used to default think, believe it or not, like, oh, I can't afford it. Oh, I need to wait for a sale. Oh, I need to do this. But now I'm just like, you know what? I kind of don't need to like wait for a sale. I don't need to do this. But, obviously I'll still do my work to like, buy it at a discount if I can. Like, why spend extra money if you don't have to for the same thing? But it was quite interesting. Like, and I was talking to Christine, my wife, about it, and she was like, you know what? Like, I kind of have that poor mentality too. Like, we save clothes as like holes in them. We have like clothes from like 13 years ago that we never use, that's old and ragged, and we don't throw it away. And I'm just like, why do we need this? Like, I have new clothes, like I have other clothes, but you still have that like mentality of like, you gotta save everything. Like, I literally caught my wife, she was like cutting open toothpaste just to grab like one little scoop of toothpaste. And I was just like, you know what? You don't have to do that. We have more extra toothpaste here. We're not that broke or that penny pinching. So it's quite funny. Like, and this is why like people always say, okay, there's people that made wealth, that built a net worth. They're still like a Scrooge. You're still like penny pinching because their brain hasn't like shifted. Like, I have a lot of family members, immigrate here from Vietnam, probably worth over about $20 million, but they're still used to penny pinching and having that immigrant mentality, right? Like, they're worth $20 million and they still get like, go to get haircuts at a free place from like students, or they go to a dentist where like you go to dental school, they'll clean your teeth for free because they want to practice. Like, they're still doing this despite being worth 20 million because they don't know how to enjoy or spend their money. So it's like a different muscle on how to like enjoy your wealth after you built your wealth. And that's the downfall of the FIRE community, right? That's the downfall of the FIRE community. So and it was weird. Like, I just was like, I was just so focused on the grind. I was so focused on building wealth. My mindset was still that of poor and lack, and I wanted more. And I've accumulated more and more and more. And yeah, 1.90 units of real estate, $6 million plus net worth. Like, I still want more, and I still do want more. But now I'm just like, you know what? I'm not poor anymore. Like, I'm choosing to basically invest. I'm choosing to spend my money in this way, right? So me and Christine are trying now to be like, let's not think that we're poor, but just think that like we do this. And we always kind of came from this place of lack, like, oh, we can't afford this, oh, this is too expensive, oh, this is like too luxurious. And I'm just like, well, if you want to do it, just do it now, right? If you really want to do it. If I don't care for it, then don't do it. And I kind of felt like I was always that way of like travel and experiences. Like, if I want to go to a concert, I just go to the concert, right? If I want to travel, I just go travel, right? But when I go to the concert, do I need to be like front row and pay like 10x the cost? Not necessarily. I'm okay being in the back or in the middle, right? For me, it's just about doing what you want when you want on your terms. And luckily for me and Christine, we're not like super bougie, we're not super fancy. We kind of live more humble, but we're more about experiences, right? Like, we actually enjoy like deal hunting to buy clothes. Like, when we buy clothes, it actually brings us joy and fulfillment to like find a good deal. And we're not really tied to certain brands of clothes, like, like Supreme or Gucci or Louis Vuitton. Like, we're really indifferent about that. Like, for us, as long as the clothes fits well, it looks good, it's modern, we like deal hunting, right? Like, for us, that makes us excited. And like, like credit card churning, we enjoy doing that. So like, we're doing it because we enjoy it, but there may be a point where I don't enjoy it anymore. At that point, whatever, I won't wait for deals. I'll just buy clothes when I need it, right? So it's really a shift in mindset. So like I said, the poor mindset, the lack mindset helped me build wealth, but it's not helping me enjoy wealth once I've attained the wealth. And that's the downside of the FIRE community. Once again, like, you have to learn how to spend your money. It's like, it's kind of funny. Like, maybe I might need to set a reverse budget where I need to spend this much money every month to enjoy my life, right? But for me, if I want to do it, I'll do it, because money is not going to be a problem. So, I've been trying to shift over to having that no longer poor mindset and no longer a scarcity mindset, but I had to have a rich mindset and to have an abundance mindset. Because like right now, and I think this is gonna make me more dangerous. Like, I don't need to buy real estate, but because I don't need to buy real estate, I have a very strong buy box, and because I have a very strong buy box, I know exactly what offers to make for apartment complexes and for what offers to make for new builds in Huntsville, Alabama. And when I eventually do get a deal, yes, it's gonna take me longer. It's gonna be like a screaming home run deal that people are gonna say, "How'd you get that deal?" But it's because I have a crystal clear buy box and I don't need any more real estate, right? Like, if I can get a great deal, great. If I can't, I can wait. So that's the ability that I have now. And like I said, like, I have no more scarcity. I know I can get a good deal if I'm patient enough. I know I can get a good apartment deal if I'm patient. I know I can get a good single family home deal if I'm patient. I know that I could, buy stuff eventually when I want to. So, when I started, thinking once again, I'm like, wow, I could literally pay off my house. I could literally sell another house and just start dumping in the stock market and easily live off the 4% rule, because me and Christine don't live that humbly. And then I even looked up like how much it costs to have kids, and in Southern California, which is a higher cost living area, and the average was about $2,000 per kid. So if I have 2 kids, that's $4,000 per month, and just my cash flow can cover that, right? Like, just my cash flow can cover the cost of my 2 kids, plus my paid off house, which is just property tax, insurance, HOA, plus our living expense. Because, and we kind of calculate it, we probably live off around maybe 100 to 150K a year, between a family of 4 with a paid off house. And using the 4% rule, that's easily obtainable in my portfolio, right? But I have to probably liquidate some real estate and dump into stocks. So it kind of hit me hard when I was like, wow, I could pretty much do whatever I wanted and not work today if I wanted to. But I realized that, I'm choosing to work, because I'm still, in that phase of my life where I want to produce and I want to give and do that. But it may change once I have kids and a family. So anyways, I want to talk about how I still have a poor mindset, and despite building wealth, and just can share my thoughts about it. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you found value. Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to buy multifamily real estate, some coaching, some guidance, click on the link down below. From there, you can send me an email. You can see a link to my courses and my coaching. Otherwise, hope to see you next one. Thank you.